if you don't have a video capability, we could do that too. So, Dave, when she's ready, you can bring her on. Oh, hey there.
Hello, how are you?
I am good. I wish we could see you.
Was endorsed by the Veterans for Can you hear me? Hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Turn off your background noise. Turn off your computer, your laptop, and then it won't reverb in your ear.
Okay.
There you go. Hey there. And
Hello, how are you?
I am good. And do you have a video at all?
Yes, it should be. I'm trying to see here. Use video. There you go.
Hey, I see you now.
Hey, Lucretia.
How are you doing?
I'm doing very well. Very excited. How about yourself?
Pretty good. I'm excited for Georgia, but I'm kind of hesitant and scared for Georgia too, because there's a lot of jockeying and there's a lot of seats being moved around inside of the state of Georgia that are either going to make us or break us as a party and as a red state. What are you seeing out there?
Well, I'm seeing that there's a lot to be working with. We have a lot of work to keep going. We finally made it on 2024, got President Trump elected, but there's a lot work to be done in this state. We
Because
all have to come together as one unity and work hard.
you see how my head just went to the side. You said we got to come together. Do you see what is happening in the state of Georgia? The rift between the grassroots movement and the upper class in the side of the Republican Party is a huge rift. When I'm talking about, you can tell the difference from Metro Atlanta Republicans all the way to the rural Republicans to the suburban Republicans, and how some of the seats, like Brian Kemp isn't running it right now. Is she still here? What happened? Okay, I must keep going. You can come in. She's coming back in.
Yeah, hopefully she comes back.
I hope she come back. You got.
I'm gonna keep everything open, and as soon as she comes back in,
Okay, fine.
I'll bring
You
her
have
right in.
Governor Kemp right now that is not running for any political office, which left so many seats up that everyone. I'm hearing Steve Gooch is now deciding to jump in a race. I am seeing Republicans that has a very, I wouldn't say cushy seats, but I would say safe seats in the state of Georgia that is now aligning themselves on what position they're going to be running for. So I'm saying it's going to leave a vacuum in a lot of these rural areas, suburban areas, even the metro Atlanta areas, scrambling to vet and find great conservative candidates in order to keep Georgia red. I hope she come back on, because that was going to be good. I mean, because she has quite a lot of knowledge, and she was the first Hispanic woman to really get out there and run for office in her districts, really have that voice for her community and for her causes. So hopefully, could get her back. Oh, there she is. Did she hear me talk about all that? I hope so. But we going to keep going. Okay, then I see you working. Hey there, what's going on? Hey, Melissa, welcome. Whoever's running, just getting up in here. David sizing her back up. That's what I wanted to know, because, like I said, as her being a Latina, there's a lot of them that are now like the new faces inside of the conservative party of Georgia, and especially a lot of young Latinos, a lot of young Republicans, and where her forte is going to be at is getting out there and talking to people that are marginalized or don't have voices or feeling like their voices are not heard. She's getting it together, Dave. I see Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Yeah. Uh,
Hey
I'm
there.
here. So,
You
hey,
okay?
no, definitely. There's a lot to be work. We need to come together. There's a lot of things to be worked at as far as our voices being heard. I mean, there's a lot of things going on that, like, as far as, rogue district attorneys that we have to tackle down. We saw what happened in 2020 election with Donald Trump here in Georgia. So just because we're celebrating that he's in, we can never forget about what we have come this far, and there's a lot still to be worked at. I mean, for me, it was truly a pleasure to run for office, not for a political position, but even though I didn't win, I remain very proud of the work that we did and the support that we received. Because what brings me the greatest sense of peace and renewed hope is that Donald Trump was elected. And this is not just a victory for political, it's personal for a lot of us, many of us. Even though if he had not won, we would be in a disaster for countless of Americans.
Yes. Now I know you who you are. Can you introduce everyone out there? Give who you are. Give them just a little bit, and then we're gonna get back into this heated political season that's getting ready to come up, especially inside of Georgia.
Well, my name is Elvia Davila. I ran for State House District for representative in District 108. And that covers part of Lilburn and part of Lawrenceville. And it was just a great pleasure, a great experience, a lot to be learned, a lot to go through. And my experience is that as Republicans in Georgia, we really have to come together. We already have enough of the opposition that we need to tackle with the Democrats, plus dealing with our own, right?
Right.
So,
And now you have, because Warlock, I can't say these men's name right. You got Warlock that is not coming up for re-election for another couple of years, but you got Assoff, and I know his name is Assoff. Who in the world is gonna be? Because right now you have about 4 of them that is running out there right now that is willing to give up their own House seats and Senate seats to try to win the United States Senator's seat. Why would they leave that open? That's leaving a void for the Democrats or whoever's in that district to come in and actually primary.
Yeah. Well, it's very detrimental that we get them out. I mean, if they're willing to just leave the seat, it's because it's a need. I mean, we have suffered, the American people, from different avenues that is detrimental to take them down. So I do see the need. However, it's just 4 in the seat, right? Running. So there's going to be a lot of war and a lot of warfare and a lot to come together and help out.
I know with our GOP convention is June the 6th and the 5th, 5th and the 6th. It's in Dalton, Georgia. And we know how much, I call them political grenades that's been thrown out there, no matter if it's the chairman, the first vice chair, the second vice chair, the secretary, the assistant secretary, all the way down. I'm seeing so much squabbling and infighting on Facebook. How do you think we can actually rectify this at our state convention?
Well, at the end of the day, we have to respect each other, right? And cast our vote and support who we have to support. And that's as much as we can do. We have to learn to just come together as one party and united. There's a lot of controversy back and forth, but at the end of the day, we also have to make sure that, we always keep saying, well, Democrats are very well funded and very well organized. And that does matter. The funding does matter. As someone that already has run with the challenges that we're going to be facing in 2026, 2028, and so forth, 2030, we have to have somebody that has the connections, that has already built the donor list, and that we can actually fight against the Democrat, not our own. And whoever just doesn't make it to the end has to support the other one. I mean, we got to be stronger than ever now that we have the White House. So it's going to be chaos in that.
Now we know we have a lot of our great leaders, and I like to say leaders because if you look at Doug Collins, he's a minister before he's anything else. He also was a chaplain in the military, and now he is the secretary of the VA. You have Kelly Loeffner, that because where you live at in the area that you was going to represent, it has a lot of it can have a lot of economic boom when it comes to small businesses and different things like that. Do you feel that even though, because you do have a voice out there now, do you feel like working with them in order to bring those stabilities back into your districts in the surrounding areas?
I really believe so. I mean, Georgia is doing great things right now. We're in a great position. We have a lot of leaders that were, appointed in DC, and I really feel having them on board we will make a change. We will make a change in the district, in the community, and I'm feeling very, very hopeful.
Now,
Um,
what are
Go
you?
ahead.
What furthermore are you doing? Because I looked at your website. I looked at the website, and I see a lot of people around you that don't look like you at all. And it's every walk of life, elderly, the youth, everything. You're really out there in the community, out there still. Even you didn't win, you did, but
I
you didn't stop.
No,
What give?
I haven't stopped, and I'm a people person, and I love to hear from the 5-year-old to the elderly, okay? I am in different engagements, different events, churches, different ethnic groups, and I love to just hear my community and what they need. We all need economic development. We really need safety first. We need our schools to be funded. So there's a lot of hope. There's a lot of hope, and we can't stop now. We're fighters, we're warriors. There's going to be warfare, but that's why we hold to God first, and then we just go out there. Um, I won't say that I'm not. I'm just very grateful, happy that President's leadership is exactly what the country needs. From securing the border, restoring the law and order, protecting parental rights,
Right.
standing against corruption. Number one thing in it's my passion. Revitalizing the economy. We say America first. It doesn't mean America alone. I mean making those great alliances that we're seeing. There's a lot of hope, a lot of work. He can't do it all, but that's why we have to see it as a puzzle. Like, who is the right person to go into the White House and help with the mission that we all want as a state and as a nation? So, I mean, we finally have somebody in the White House who's fighting for the people. We just can't leave them alone. We have to do our share. Everybody in the ground, grassroots is very important. So, I just love what I'm seeing, and just to be clear, the first thing that I was just amazed is how quick our borders was closed.
Right.
Um, a lot of us, the American people, we take our freedoms for granted. And that's what a lot of people, the ethnic groups, relate to, and I can relate in their language, and just hear them out. We come People that come here in the past generations. It's a land of opportunity, but those opportunities and safety and rights can be taken in a beat of a second if we don't stay guarded, and we can't just be naive. So that was the best thing ever. Like, first, take care of our nation, our borders, and then tackle the rest. And we can't stop now. We have to go. Um,
I think it was Tom Homan,
hold on.
also the Department of Homeland Security, came out yesterday that I guess a judge ruled that Trump can now follow illegal aliens with that app or the phone that they was given at the southern border. With almost
Right.
500,000 children missing, undocumented children, how are we going to find them? What would be your first step in finding these babies and getting them back
Oh my
home
gosh.
or to safety?
Yeah, no, that's a real crisis, and so many other crises that they're not very public. But just the same way with the app that, they went in the app and registered themselves, not with no accountability or whatsoever, no DNA test, no information, but they used the app. They left something behind, how to go in. So that same app should be tracked back, and do everything we can to find them. But the first thread was our national border just to be opened. We need to really hold accountable. We need to take care of our state, get the right leaders in DC, and we have to hold them accountable. No mercy. I mean, Alejandro Mayorkas, that everything was made by design.
Well,
This is not a casualty. I mean, everything, COVID, everything that we're seeing, Fauci, we just gotta go hard. And the rogue DAs, it's insane.
well, look
I
what just
lived through
happened.
that.
Look what just
I'm
happened
sorry.
with Comey, James Comey. And then you
Yeah.
start looking at what Cash Patel just closed down Jack Smith and his department, where you had Fannie Willis and the rest of them, Leticia James, getting all this information. Now with James Comey coming out here and directly, that was a threat. I don't
Yes.
care what anybody say, but we know he's also the same person that had something to do with all of the false allegations against President Trump right now. What do you feel like
Well,
that could happen to him? Because he need to go to jail.
he needs to go to jail. We have to hold him accountable. The American people, this administration, this agenda, the people that were in the front lines, and everybody, we have to hold the ground and hold them accountable. It's going to be warfare back and forth, but that's just, I mean, when they're barking, that means that we're winning. And we have to. I mean, it's just that's the way it is. The media is just fake media, everything they're doing, but we have to go around. Despite all of that, we have to hold them accountable. We got to put them in jail, and some of them are so despicable that I can't even say jail. It's not even enough for them.
Right.
It's insane. And the way I see it, the hammer was pretty brutal with the Democrats. We got to make sure once we got the hammer, we got to go hard on it
Now you said
to
something
make
about
sure.
schooling. Go ahead. Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
To make sure what?
No, to make sure that this doesn't happen again. I mean, it's been happening for many years now, but the last 4 years, it was by design. That's when it exploded, and that's when we awake, and that's when we saw the thing that was happening. But this was worked on even years and years before. So we got to make sure that when we get that hammer, we hammer it pretty hard and make sure that they don't do that again
Okay.
against the American people, because it's up to us. We, the people, are going to make the change. That's just that.
Now with the money coming back to the students, or the money supposed to follow the students, and the Department of Education was slung back at Georgia. Now you in Gwinnett County, and we know Gwinnett County just made a couple of news a couple of times
Oh,
of the students attacking teachers and principals and different things like that. How do you feel about, Superintendent Richard Woods literally giving the parents the opportunities to pick those schools, especially in Gwinnett County, because there's a lot of schools all over Gwinnett County, if they're in a bad school? How do you feel about that?
no, we gotta protect our teachers. We gotta protect our schools, and we gotta be hard and do as we say. You know, um, bring the values back. We need to bring the patriotism back to every student, every school. That's what we're lacking. People is not respecting the nation. They're not respecting the schools, the teachers, and we need discipline. We need discipline back, and we got to stay strong and do as what we say. If we promise something, we have to do it. So
Now,
he
why
needs
you
to
didn't
go.
win again, and why did you lose to a Democrat?
Why?
I keep forgetting you live in Liburn. Never mind.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, Jasmine Clark is in that seat, and we need to get her out. She's very radical, completely radical, and we need to bring common sense. I
are you
mean,
planning on running again next year?
we're working on it.
Because
I'm out there in schools and churches, and just engage with the community. And I'm a fighter. I'm not a quitter. You know, we're gonna go another round if we have to.
Mm-hmm.
This is not. This is personal. We have to bring common sense people to the seats that hold dear values, and for me, it's justice is very important. I was denied justice in Gwinnett just by really rogue DAs,
Wow.
with a 57 conviction rate of murders, and I mean, it's just insane. When we had Danny Porter back in the day, we would never see this before. So, we didn't even have an incumbent to run against her, the DA. So there's something major things that we can't be silenced. We have to be very loud about it and work towards it, because at the end of the day, what I've been noticing is that it's going to be up to us, the people, to make the changes, and just find the right leadership in our state and in DC.
Absolutely, because doing the vetting on some of these people is gonna be needed. But you got to remember when you was running, it was so contentious back then,
Ugh,
also, and then there was a lot of infight. I wouldn't say infight, but that's when a lot of that election integrity stuff was going on. And you are so close to Fannie Mae Willis, them. You so close to that you can reach out and pretty much touch them, and it bleeds over into your district that you want to represent. And that's the sad thing about it. That's why I say the Liburn, because I used to actually, that was used to be my old stomping ground. So it's not what it used to be, but I
no,
know it can become greater, better again. It can become more stable again, and not a lot of crime again, and a lot
exactly,
of gang activity has really taken
exactly.
over Gwinnett County, and people don't want to talk about that.
They don't want to talk about it, and even as me representing and running, I have to be very vocal. But even just Hispanics in politics, they don't want to follow a leader that is like, oh, you're not going to show the greatest we have. We are a great nation. We're great citizens. Not everybody is a criminal. And there should be dignity for everybody, but we have to be aware of the real issues. And I'm here to say the real issues. We we have to fight the cartels. We have to fight the gangs. I'm not. If somebody in the country is the greatest person, happiest about calling these people terrorists, it's nothing short of that. I'm just so grateful. Finally, we're in the right path. Just having calling them drug gangs, that was just way of the past. That's not the level of violence that we're seeing, and nobody speaks about it. Nobody wants to speak about it, and it, that is something that quiet. And not only that, it's just the rogue DAs not doing anything about it. They're just giving a slap on the wrist and creating a nest of criminals.
Yes.
So, what I'm seeing in the administration with Trump is great. What I'm seeing in the state as far as legislation, we just passed May 12th, the Fentanyl Act,
Yes.
and there's going to start coming real consequences to these people. And now we have to find and make the commission, the committee that we said we were going to do in for SB 92 to hold accountable for Fannie Willis, for here in Gwinnett, Patsy Gatson, and just overall in the state, all the rogue DAs that we have, because they just been patting people on the back and let them just be loose on the street, committing all atrocious acts. This is not people. This is animals walking on 2 feet.
I don't think people realize how terrorized those community members are. I'm not talking about the gang members, because when they start taking over the street, taking over people's neighborhoods, and the people have no recourse because there's nothing that's gonna happen. It's like you living in, you know, I'm gonna say it, Central LA. It's something that we used to hear growing up. All the gang members not being able to even walk down your street. I didn't grow up in that way in Georgia, but in certain areas, the gangs have taken over, and it's normally in the Liburn. It's always around the perimeter. It seems like it's always on the outskirts of the perimeter, inching its way up into the regular places in Georgia. Now, with that,
Mm-hmm.
and we know that 85 is corridor. 85 is a hot corridor from the airport to actually the gang activity and the drug traveling. How do you feel like, not because I don't want you to get in trouble or ever, be someone that has a bullseye? How can you make more awareness in the community that we're not going to put up with this and we won't safer communities back?
Well, we got to talk about. Well, Chris Carr has a huge voice on that. We need to bring awareness, just officers into the schools. We have to protect our children from the poisoning of the fentanyl in schools, and we just got to be vocal about it and be the best way to send a message is to pass the bills state level for better accountability and make sure that our DAs, our prosecutors are following through. And that's a way that we send a message that we're not going to be putting up with crap anymore. We're not. That time is over. Enough is enough, and we just hammer hard against them. That's what we need to do. Prevention is the key. So it's just about bringing the awareness to the schools and the teenagers, and and just prosecuting real prosecutions.
Well, I want to say thank you because we got 2 minutes left. So before we have to hit a hard break, I'm gonna let you close us out. Let everyone know again where they can find you, and if there's anything you want them to know, where they could donate, maybe help you with your upcoming campaign, or just getting out there on the street, walking hand in hand with you. Please, I'm gonna let you go ahead and close us out.
Of course. Thank you. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here with Lucretia. She's amazing. And please follow me on Elvia Davila on Facebook and Instagram. My webpage is elviaforgeorgia.com. And you're more than welcome to reach out and go door knocking. Just donations, everything makes a change, and we got to take care of those seats. We have to occupy. We have to stand up and occupy, be strong leaders, and if you can't stand and run for office, make sure that you go hand on hand. We got this. Georgia is the greatest state in the nation, and great things are happening. So we stand together, united, and just support each other. So if I'm here in any way, shape, or form that I can answer any question or support you in any way, reach out. And I'm just very grateful for everybody coming together and making this happening. There's a lot of work to do, but we got this. Georgia is the greatest state in the nation. Thank you.
She is braggadocious of her home state. I'm just saying. Thank you, Elvia. So everybody, y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back. Go ahead, Dave.
The Real News Rewards app, it is the best app ever. The best way to support and keep up with everything Lucretia Hughes and save a ton of money at the same time.
Heart of Georgia, she stands tall and proud. A voice for the people, cutting through the crowd. Truth on her lips, fire in her soul. Lucretia Hughes, she's on.
Ready to unlock the most extraordinary savings membership ever? Members are saving over $5,000 a year, and now you can too. With over 2 million ways to save, this app is your personal savings concierge, covering travel, entertainment, shopping, dining, and more. Let's get started. Grab your mobile device, click the link, and sign up using your registration code. Heads up, it's case